Hi, following on from the previous video, I want to give you an insight into the most common muscles that are implicated in lower back pain and how some of the trigger points can be dealt with. Please be reminded that rest will not solve the problem of myofascial pain because inactivity is a major perpetuator of trigger points. When we talk about treatment of these trigger points, simply rubbing the surface of the skin using a vibrating massager or applying heat will not release the trigger point. Sufficiently deep sustained pressure to the affected area is required. SMR will not only improve the health of myofascia by breaking up the scar tissues, it will also increase circulation, help to remove toxic metabolic waste that has been restricted by the contracted tissue, and directly stretches the trigger point's knotted muscle fibers. Massage should be deep and in one direction only. It is not advisable to rub the trigger point to and fro, and the pace should be slow because the aim is to deactivate the overactive tissue, and nothing should be done to make the tissue more excited. The science behind self-myofascial release is autogenic inhibition, and this involves the interplay between the two neuroreceptors, muscle spindles, and the Golgi tendon organs that are found in skeletal muscles. This is a message for those who are interested in resistance training. You cannot effectively strengthen muscles that are severely affected by trigger points because individual muscle fibers affected by trigger points are already contracted and cannot contribute to contraction of the whole muscle. The muscles must therefore first be brought back to a healthy state prior to strengthening. I want to share my years of experience with self-myofascial release tools. I have tried them all, and these are what I consider to be the best. My preferred choice of foam roller is the Grid foam roller from a company called Trigger Point. They are harder and can give you a more effective fascial release. Trigger point balls, because of the round shape, the contact area is smaller, so the amount of force to the area is larger. Plus, you can use it in multiple planes of motion, get into smaller areas. I use it in combination with foam rollers. Sometimes an area is hard to reach, such as your neck or back. This is where a trigger point wand or Thuricane comes in handy. With vacuum cups, soft tissue is suctioned inside the cups, loosening tissue's adhesion by lifting the connective tissues. It also breaks up localized stagnation by enhancing circulations so as to improve nutrient supply and drain toxins in tightened tissues. Effectively, this is opposite to deep tissue massage. Finally, massage guns. They look like power drills and are designed to aid recovery through percussive massage therapy, a form of deep, soft tissue manipulation. They relax your muscles and boost blood flow. You can use it before training to prime your muscles for a session or post-workout to ward off any potential muscle aches. I'm going to demonstrate to you briefly how you can effectively manage the trigger points within the muscles that are commonly implicated in chronic lower back pain cases. Remember that trigger points often refer pain elsewhere, and you may not find the real cause of your lower back pain if you concentrate only on your lower back. It is worth noting that trigger points in the buttock muscles are a frequent cause of lower back pain. The reverse is also true. Trigger points in the lower back often refer pain down to the buttocks and hips. Trigger points in the multifidus often cause sharp pain in the lower back and restrict your movement in all directions. Your back will feel stiff and it will be difficult for you to turn your torso. A common cause for formation of trigger points in these deep spinal muscles is poor work ergonomics, such as sitting sideways at a computer or sitting with a twisted posture for a prolonged period of time. Simply place the ball on your back in the desired area and slowly roll along the length of the muscle, either against the floor or a wall, until you find the painful spot. Then hold onto it for 30 to 45 seconds until the pain dissipates. Trigger points in the superficial spinal muscles cause a more diffuse type of pain than those in the deep spinal counterparts. The lumbar erector spinae are typically tight in individuals with hypolordosis as a result of the anterior tilting of the pelvis. Owing to the anatomy of this muscle, it is easy to carry out self-myofascial release with a trigger point ball. A tennis ball may be too soft to produce the deep sustained pressure on the trigger point in these muscles. You can either stand or lie on the floor. Similar to the massage of the multifidus, place the ball on your back in the desired area and then slowly roll up and down along the length of the muscle until you find a painful spot. Again, place a foam roller below your upper back to assist you in gliding up and down along the floor, while the lacrosse ball is actually doing the work on the muscle itself. QL trigger points are considered to be the masters of lower back pain, with the characteristic of pain that worsens when you sit for a long time and when you stand up from sitting. The pain can radiate towards the pelvic region. If you have a sudden attack of lower back pain on one side a short while after lifting something heavy, then you may have strained your QL. So what are the causes of the formation of trigger points within the QL? First, overuse and strain. Any activity such as lifting that involves bending and twisting at the waist. A sedentary lifestyle, the QL is one of the few muscles that get overused even when you are sitting. This is because sitting for a long time can cause tightness of the hip flexors, which in turn weakens the glutes, and their weakness lead to the action being compensated for by the QL. Trauma or accidents. Bending over. This includes bending over while standing to put on your pants or socks. A genetically short leg. This can cause a lateral tilt in the pelvis, forcing the QL to overwork to stabilize the pelvis. Core dysfunction. Sleeping on a soft mattress that sags. This may activate or reactivate QL trigger points by placing the muscle in a shortened or stretched position for extended period. The treatment of this trigger point is similar to the treatment of trigger points in the erector spinae. Simply place a ball on the muscle and lean against the wall. Then roll up and down until you find a tender spot. Then stay in that position until the pain dissipates. Trigger points in the gluteus medius are commonly implicated in lower back pain. Pain is typically felt in the lower back, just above and below the belt line, occasionally extending into the buttocks and hip areas. Well, how to prevent? Avoid standing on one leg to put on your pants or socks, and avoid sitting with crossed legs, and avoid prolonged sitting because this encourages muscle stiffness. Glute medius trigger points are almost always seen in conjunction with the QL trigger points because these two muscles are strong functional synergies. If a particular activity or posture overloads one of these muscles, it almost always overloads the other one as well. The best way to perform SMR on the glute medius is by using a trigger point ball. You can lie on the floor or lean against the wall, with the ball placed on the muscle, and then roll the ball sideways to search for tender spots. Then hold on to it until the pain diminishes. Trigger points are particularly prevalent in the piriformis, and they are a frequent cause of lower back pain. They can develop either through overuse, as in strenuous training, or through underuse, as in excessive sitting. As with most other muscles that are implicated in lower back pain cases, piriformis trigger points rarely occur in isolation and nearly always show up as a component of a more complex lower back and hip pain complaints. If you attempt to treat these trigger points in isolation, you are likely to get only short-term results. Piriformis trigger points are hidden by the thick gluteus maximus, so penetration must be very focused and deep. You can use either a foam roller or trigger point ball. Keep your back straight and your shoulders up. It is painful to put pressure on a piriformis trigger point, but it is important to maintain deep pressure until the pain dissipates, and then repeat the procedure a couple more times. Again, try to relax and breathe normally. Please be reminded that numerous other muscles could be implicated in lower back pain cases. Trigger points in the mid and upper back as a result of hyperkyphosis can also predispose to lower back pain due to compensation. For further information, please take a look at my book on the self-management of lower back pain. Please be aware that there are numerous other treatments available for trigger points, such as spray and stretch, dry and wet needling, deep stroke massage, muscle energy, and positional release techniques. These are clearly beyond the scope of this video, as they can only be performed by trained professionals and are therefore not considered to be part of the self-management protocol. Please be reminded not to attempt SMR unless you have received explicit guidance from a qualified practitioner. Thank you for watching until the end. If you like this video, please click the like button. Please subscribe, share, and comment. Please also hit the bell so that you will be notified of any new future video release. If you're interested in improving your health and fitness, and if you want to prevent lower back pain, please take a look at my book, which is now available from Amazon. Thank you.